you ever detoxed? Are you detoxing? Do you plan to detox? We'll talk more about this today with our experts in the house. We have our senior dietitian again, Mrs. Efo. You're welcome.
Thank you.
We also have our nutrition and wellness coach, Mrs. Francis Kamprechum. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
Looking for commercial cleaners in Ghana? Then your only solution is Delete Ghana Limited. At Delete Ghana Limited, we supply high quality, professional, comprehensive and cost-effective commercial cleaning services across Ghana. We have the experience, specialized skills and equipment to clean your offices, commercial facilities, retail outlets and shopping centers, estates, schools, sports venues, etc. Other services include waste management, facility management and road and building construction. Call us now on 020-7756-881. You can also follow us on Instagram at Delete Ghana Limited and Facebook Delete Ghana Limited. For more information, email us on info@deleteghana.com or log on to www.deleteghana.com.
These days. What is detox, the detox trend?
The simplest definition I'll give to detoxification is the physiological or medicinal removal of toxic substances from the body. Physiological because the body as God has made it, God knew that there will be toxins. When we say toxins, things that can be harmful to the body, they can enter and make us sick. So we have the major organ being the liver, that its main work is to clear or fight against any toxin that can make us sick. But we also have the skin and the kidneys also working as detoxification organs in the body.
Okay, so a lot of people are detoxing these days, Franca. What do you think they're hoping to achieve? You come into contact with a lot of clients these days.
Well, most people focus on weight loss when they think of detox. Yes.
Okay, so once they want to lose weight, they're saying we want to
detox. Yeah.
How is it working for them?
It depends on what they are doing.
Or who is helping them to do that?
Yes.
All right, so for how important is detoxification? Since it has become common, I think that people need to understand the importance.
If to talk about the physiological one, without detoxification, everybody will be sick within the next minute, because the air we are breathing, everything that we are doing, we are putting a lot in our system. So without detoxification, we won't be well. We can't function as human beings.
So the way you are saying it, the body has its natural way of doing this job for us.
Yes.
But then people are now detoxing.
There are more reasons to that, because when you compare a 2-liter engine and a 5-liter engine, let's say an example, the body is able to contain this much 2-liter toxins, and now we are putting in about 5 liters. Then we are overwhelming the system to the point that the liver, although it is healthy, is so much overwhelmed. Many things can happen. So now people are doing things that will somehow help the organs to do their work better. Although it's very controversial, because in the science world, whatever you say as a recommendation or as a guideline should be backed by very good research. And all the researches on intentional detoxification are not strong enough to use as recommendation.
Okay, so does that mean, that's when you say they're not strong enough, does that mean that the research findings are not informing us that detox or intentional detox is the way to go?
Yes, when you say the research has not been very good in guiding us, in fact, the British Dietetic Association is even postulating that detoxification is nonsense because the body is capable of facing any stress that you put it. But factors like stress, now with our foods, we are spraying it with a lot of chemicals. All these factors, they come in and overwhelms the body. So it's possible that you feel unwell, but before you get to detoxification, you find out whether your nutritional status is good. That's what they are recommending before you do the intentional.
But as you are okay, okay, we'll come back to that. Franca, I've seen you do a lot of work on detox on social media. At what point does one say that I need to detox?
So basically, your body will tell you when you need to detox. And I'm going to list some of the signs.
Okay.
It might be different for everybody. You might have one or more of the signs. For example, some people experience frequent headaches. And the normal thing people do when they experience a headache is to pop a pill. Just take paracetamol or whatever. What you should know is that there are metabolites, okay, of the drugs we take.
I think our viewers may not know
Metabolites.
So
when you take a drug, your body breaks it down,
right.
uses what it needs, and then the extra,
Okay.
some of them tend to become toxins in our bodies.
They roam about in our
They roam about in our body because they don't belong there. Apart from frequent headaches, some people might experience excessive itching of the skin. Some people experience acne. Some people experience constipation, bloating of the belly, of the lower abdomen, and so many other signs. These are just
Franca, let me cut you here. Couldn't these symptoms be signs of some other disease conditions? How do we conclude that these are signs that one needs to detox?
Well, they very well might be signs of other diseases. That's why it's not advisable to just go and Google how to detox.
People are doing that a lot.
Yes, Dr. Google. And then whatever they read, they start doing it. It's quite a dangerous practice.
Yes. Okay. So if one feels that they need to detox, I think the appropriate thing is for them to see the experts.
Yeah, exactly.
The nutritionist or the dietitian. Okay. All right. So from what we have talked about, then it means not everyone is supposed to detox, or should everyone detox?
Detoxification in general, as the word states, is for everyone. But intentionally using specific items or doing something to detox is not for everyone. So I'll give an example, like a pregnant woman with some symptoms like a headache cannot just get up and say that I want to detox by drinking some potions or doing something to reduce the headache. It's possible that it's just the surging of the hormones due to the pregnancy. And then another example is maybe a teenager or a child complaining of some symptoms like the itchy skin and everything, and you are a parent who say, let me detox with these Dr. Google combinations. Then you give this to a child. It won't help these groups of people because their needs are different, and there are many things happening in their bodies that might be the result of what they are seeing and not because of anything that needs detoxification.
So if one has to do an intentional detox, it has to be a recommendation.
It has to be recommended, yes.
Okay. Franca, do you know what people are detoxing with?
Well, most people would, like she said, look into concoctions.
Concoctions?
Yes.
Made of
herbs.
Okay.
Yes, in a local setting, yes. There are a lot of herbal remedies.
Okay.
This is not to say that herbal remedies don't have a place, but you want to be very sure what is in them.
Right.
Some people also go for detox pills, which are sold everywhere. Even in beauty supply shops, they sell detox pills. And the assumption is that when you take the pills, you are detoxing the body and stuff like that. And then some
how
people...
long will you take these pills?
How long, exactly. Some people also would... A lot of people are going online these days, ordering things, and taking them. So we have the herbal remedies, we have the pills, and then we have things people put together on their own. The smoothies and juices that are also a rave now, yes.
Thanks. Viewers, we've been talking about the detox trend. We're going for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
I choose to excel, and I choose to feel alive. I choose to create, and I choose to walk my own path. I choose my own future, and I choose my own life. Because it's my choice. Pure skin, my smart choice.
I know you've talked a lot about, when to detox, why people detox and all that. But are there specific medical conditions that require detox?
Two conditions come to mind. One is someone who is abusing alcohol.
Okay.
We call something alcohol detoxification, and we have medications for that.
Medications, not foods.
Yes, medications for that. Although with diet, we also, just to correct any deficiencies, but we have that medically that we use. Then we have people who have chronic kidney diseases. As they go for dialysis, it's a form of detoxification because, as I mentioned from the beginning, kidney is one of the organs that does the work of detoxification. So if someone's kidney is diseased, then that work will be impeded. So people who go for dialysis are also always detoxifying themselves anytime they go on the machine.
Okay, great. Franca, so please enlighten us on some of the benefits of detox. You were giving us some of the signs and symptoms. So if someone had to go through the process appropriately, what are some of the benefits they're likely to get from this?
Well, that would depend on the reason why the person went on the detox. So like it was said, if somebody has abused alcohol for years, they have side effects of abusing alcohol. And so when they go on a medical detox, let me qualify it and say a medically supervised detox, then they are going to effectively get rid of, the side effects of alcohol from the body. Another example might be in terms of the conditions. Some people who have chronic diseases, or let's say somebody who has gone through chemotherapy treatment and stuff like that, they might benefit from a detox that has to be medically supervised. But the other everyday effects we see, for example, people are relieved from the bloating, people have clear skin, people have relief from chronic constipation. Some people think chronic constipation is a normal thing, that they have a bowel movement once every 4 days is normal. It's not normal. So sometimes when somebody goes through a detox, then they have a relief from the chronic constipation. Yeah. Sometimes too, when hormones are not balanced, a detox helps to rebalance the hormones. And for those people, they actually see the benefit from, let's say, an enhancement in how they feel, in their mood. Okay. With the acne and itching, it goes away. And then some people experience weight loss. But let me just say that short-term weight loss. It's not a long-term effect, yes.
Okay, thank you. Before, I know you have given us subtle warnings about detoxification. Could there be any side effects of detoxification?
There can certainly be side effects.
Especially if they're using concoctions like Franca said.
Concoctions. So there's a possibility of toxicity depending on what the person is doing. But to send us a little back, some of the examples that I, as a dietitian, am comfortable with using is exercise, sleeping,
Rest,
intermittent fasting. These research has shown that it's good. What these ones do is to just reset the body for the body to do its own work.
intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting. With this, research has shown that people who fast every other day, so they eat the other days. But Ghanaians, we like fasting, so
Fasting
I think
every
it's,
other day
it's part of
as a routine.
as a routine, and it's more
How
sustainable.
sustainable is
It's
this? Fasting
most
every
peop-
other day.
Most people are already fasting on their birth, the day they are born. So
Then most of our prayers will be answered. Or if Christians take it up and pray
with,
alongside.
with research, we know that is inducing something we call positive stress.
Okay.
And that's somehow reconstruct whatever stress or whatever you've been through that is causing you symptoms that are uncomfortable. Then with the exercise, as we exercise, we increase the very happy hormones. These happy hormones are able to reconstruct things in our body. And the other thing I mentioned, eating very well. These things, research has shown, they work very well. If you are eating very well, it's all about cutting down simple carbohydrates, cutting down on fat, especially trans fatty acids, and
people are now doing keto diet.
That one I think we have to
We'll
talk about it
another day.
So cutting down and eating a lot of your veggies, and now we say veggies and fruit instead of fruit and veggies, because fruit come along with a lot of fructose, which is sugar. But with vegetables, although you get some carbohydrates, it's not as comparable to your main carbohydrate sources. So I am comfortable recommending these than any concoctions that you combine. In terms of the side effect, toxicity is part, deficiencies, because there are some things that when you ingest, they will pick some particular nutrient, whether mineral or vitamin, and just eliminate it. So if you continually expose your body to such portions, then you are depleting whatever source, and whatever that nutrient was supposed to do in your system, then it won't be able to do that. So these are some of the side effects of the intentional detoxifications that we...
Right. Thank you. You already mentioned that medications are also used for detox. How effective is the detox procedure when it's done appropriately? So I think let me start with Franca, and then we'll come back to you.
When it's done appropriately, a detox is very vital and sometimes can even save a life. Because if there's something in your body that is not supposed to be there, your body does not know how to process it. That means that it's putting a strain on one organ or another.
It's
most
like
likely
poison.
your liver, your kidneys, your adrenal glands, or your skin. And so when a detox is effectively done, that means that you relieve the burden of that organ that is quote-unquote suffering, and then you can get to optimum health. Yes.
All right. That's great to know. If we add on.
Yes, with the example of the dialyzed patient, someone who is on dialysis for 3 days in a week, if that person reduces it to 2 days in a week, the person suffers. The person will get swollen with a lot of other symptoms. In fact, there's no quality of life. And if the person stops the dialysis outright, it's like I'm preparing my will to go to heaven. So detoxification is very essential. And without that, some people won't have the quality of life that they are God planned for us to have. And it can also lead some people to their untimely death.
Okay, so does any of you have a testimony about detox, maybe an experience with clients you had to recommend detox for them and it worked?
I have quite a lot.
Okay.
But to add to, she was listing some of the methods of detoxing every day, and I wanted to add dry skin brushing to it. A lot of people don't know dry skin brushing, but it's something that you can do every day or every other day.
Okay,
Yes.
I suggest that we don't put specific recommendations out there because people are likely to pick it up and use it out of place.
Okay.
So as you are saying it, someone will take it up and, you know.
Okay.
So
I
if they really
completely
need
understand.
specific recommendations, I think that, the experts are here and they can contact you on your Facebook handles and all that. I think that will work better. So let's focus on the general. So yeah, since it works, then if people are not sure or they think that they have to detox, they can contact the experts. We are here. They can link up on our Facebook handles and we'll link them up to the right person. So is there a way you measure the detox? Is it about the signs, stopping? How do you measure the success?
Usually it's what the person presents with, what the person comes in with. And you want to supervise and make sure that by the end of the period, the person has relief from the symptoms. I also don't want to specify a time frame because it's different for everybody, yes. But I have had people lose weight on a detox diet. I have had people, some men actually come in and say that they are experiencing much sexual satisfaction after a detox, because sometimes the toxins also affect sexual function. Remember we talked about the hormonal bit of it, yes. Some people have their skin cleared after a detox diet, which is very ideal, especially for us ladies, you know.
Franca, what do you have to say to our viewers who would love to detox, or they are detoxing and they need some information?
I would say that a detox is very, very helpful, you know, since we don't live in an ideal world and our bodies tend to get overburdened by the level of toxins. But what I would add to that is that if you want to detox, get professional help to do it.
Yeah. Right, that's very important. For your final words.
Okay. I will also still stand by the capacity of the human body to detox on its own. But if one is feeling any symptoms or having any complaints about the body, just find from the experts the root cause before you start any detoxification. An example is if one is overweight or obese, it presents with a lot of symptoms. So you detoxifying, you are just scratching the main thing and not really dealing with it. So let's eat well, sleep well, reduce our stress, drink a lot of water, and the body will take care of itself. If there's a need for any intentional detoxification, contact the experts, the dietitians, nutritionists, and doctors, and they will direct you.
This has been the Wow Lifestyle Show, proudly brought to you by Optimum Nutrition Care Consults. Send all your feedback and comments to our Facebook handle at ONCGH. We are supported by Comfort Legacy Foundation. If you wish to support a malnourished child, just check out our Facebook handle and see how best you can do that. My makeup was beautifully done by Nani J Impressions. We are also supported by Noda Hotels. They have beautiful facilities here and yummy foods. Close up, deep action for strong and white teeth. Lifebuoy protects you against 10 infection-causing germs. Vaseline, hydrating gel for moisturized skin. Rexona for a great fragrance. See you next week.
You may have gone through some challenges, some struggles, but in this season, I declare to you that God is about to restore everything that the locusts and the cankerworm have eaten. Come on, put your hands together if this is your year of Jubilee. Come on, Annette.
Say piercing, piercing through darkness we come alive.